Alrighty, boys and girls of motherfucking YouTube. Today, we're gonna be doing a coaching video. We're going back to the jungle. We've done solo. We've done some other roles lately. Coach some jungle. It's a little bit overdue. I should have knocked this out a while ago. So it's my bad. But it appears it's gonna be Ymir jungle. I think there's comms, so it sounds like most of them are talking, if not all of them. So it'll be a lot different. I'll be able to commentate on communication, everything else. Should be a lot to learn in this video. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you want some more of this, you're getting more of it either way. But if you want some more, let me know so I know what's going on. Let's go ahead and jump into this shit. So like I said, it's Ymir jungle, Raijin mid, Sun Wukong solo on her ADC and RDO support. The enemy team is a Baka jungle, it appears. Baron solo, Athena support, Hachiman, ADC, Opwash, mid. So honestly, the comps are kind of standard. I'd say the Ymir is the weirdest pick, which is what we're coaching. So it should be interesting. All the clicking is their live clicking. Probably turn this down a little bit. I'm not a big fan of the whole clicking. So he's doing normal start, which is dope. Nothing weird at the beginning of this video, so coaching it's gonna be nice. If you guys don't understand the reasoning for the speed to blue to harpy start, it's actually going to allow you to get to mid at almost the same time as every other jungler. Ymir actually has crazy good clear, so he's probably there early, and it makes it so you can control how that early game plays out, assuming you're on a god that can fight or clear fast. So he's on a god that can clear fast, and he's actually on a god that can fight. So it works in both ways. And doing this, you'll see he runs up and he's here at the mid camp. So right about here is where you decide. You decide, okay, is my mid out clearing their mid? Let's go to their red buff if they haven't done it yet. Communicate that. See if they've done their red buff. If they haven't, you're going for their red. Now, if the red's already done, which is common, where literally both mids clear the first wave and then go to red, you decide, am I doing left mids? And I'm gonna have pressure. I'm gonna clear them. You want to make sure you can out clear them before the other jungler gets there. And then your mid's gonna have even or better pressure, and then you're gonna fight over the right mids. This is essentially the way to fully control the early game. On top of that, if you don't have a good fight, you don't have whatever, you can concede those mids and go straight to the right mids. It all depends on how you're trying to play out. So he decided to go the aggressive route, get the early beads, not bad at all. And now they should be going for red buff. He went the safe route. Personally, I'm gonna go the aggressive route 90% of the time because I like to get an early lead. This is a safe route. The Baka could easily eat creepy, but at the same time, you could easily kill or poke out the Baka and not let him in. So you're kind of trading the fact that you know you can win that fight versus you know he can eat the creep. They're playing the smart route. They didn't want to 50-50 it, which it really isn't 50-50 in my opinion. Kind of just depending on how you know the situation. So he played the safe route. I don't mind it. So far, so good. They went for the early beads proc. Great. He'll be able to kill Opwash whenever he wants, as long as he gets in range with a wall. And the Raijin can actually slow and control the Opwash as well. So they really need to be looking for the early kill. Wasting stun there is minor, but bad. I know I'm going to go after everything in these coaching videos. Stunning just to clear a quarter of a second faster for a 15-16 second cooldown is never worth it, because you're rotating into the mid lane. If they were over aggressive or something went wrong, you wouldn't have the stun now to do what you want to do. Now they don't know that, but if they're listening and they're paying attention, if they're near the wall, if they're around the corner, they're gonna know that. Like, they're gonna hear it. Good players are gonna figure it out, but it just removes your chance to overplay. Baka A1 creep, which is a smart way to play this, but the Baka should have gone and got the other mids after doing that. Little strange. Other than that, standard stuff. I just don't like the wasting of the stun. I don't think there is as much value as you think, because you're going like 2 more auto attacks versus not having your stun up. Don't really agree with it a lot. So it looks like your dual lane's losing. Baka's out pressuring. A Baka gank early is pretty trash. Surprised they're able to pull out a kill there, honestly. I guess the taunt just was too much. Beads were probably down. Baka didn't invade, so that's good. The early aggression out of the Baka shouldn't be allowed, though, to be completely honest. All right, here's another thing. We're going to jump back real quick. So, here. You you're mid right now, and the Baka just killed them, right? We're at 2 minutes and 18 seconds. That speed buff is up in 10 seconds. Baka's in the right lane. You've got a 3 to 4 second back, a 2-second regen in the base. So that's 5-6 seconds in the base that he's going to have. And then he will have boots too. So he'll get to the speed a little bit quicker. But if you leave the second you see that gank go off and head straight to that speed right now, instead of doing what you're doing and then going to back camps, you invade speed and you get an advantage. You hit speed, you hit back camps, then you go to your speed and get your blue. Or you can go to blue if it's up around that time. You go for blue to speed. Oh, my dogs are barking. Sorry about that. Had to yell at the puppers. So yeah, you're gonna get speed, you're gonna get back camps, you're gonna go knock out your blue and speed so they can't invade it, and you're gonna get a big advantage. That's a huge gold increase that you managed to take away after a rough start because they got first blood. Having first blood's awesome, but if you're able to take farm off the first blood, it's not that big a deal. So instead of going to do your back camps here, you want to be doing that. On top of the fact that you're not going to your speed now, so your timers are going to be a little bit off. And with a Bakasura, that's super risky because a Bakasura is all about invading and being in your jungle. So know your matchups. That is not a thing you wanna play into. It's just not. You're not gonna against a good Bakasura once he knows your timers are different. It's not gonna be a fun time. And all that's gonna take is one early ward, which for me would probably be coming out like right now if I'm that Bakasura. If I'm not worried about you aggressing on me, I'm going and I'm warding and I'm making sure I start evading. Communication honestly can be a lot better right now too. When Baka's missing, you know what camps are up, right? Like you guys are on the same camp timers. You know everything. You know, hey, speed's up in 15 seconds. So you need to be communicating, hey, speed's coming up. He'll probably be there soon. But when he's been missing forever, he hasn't been in the mid lane, then you know he's only going to be in 3 places. He's going to be at these top right camps doing his. He's going to be at Oracle's, or he's going to be at your camps during that earlier time. This is 20 seconds ago when he got that gank. Because the reds were down, mids were down. The only harpies that were up were lefts, and they weren't up. They weren't up yet. Like, yeah, they were coming up, whatever. So yeah, technically he could have been there, but there's nothing on this side of the map but those harpies. So you know during that time where he was missing and he was never in the mid lane, he was somewhere on this side of the map the whole fucking time. Even potential that he went back, took these, went to his, and then ganked. Honestly, like it's definitely possible. So you need to be communicating, hey, Baka's not in mid, so he's somewhere on the right side of the map. That'll tell your duo lane, don't be overly aggressive. If they start looking like this, if the other duo lane starts fighting in a situation that's kind of weird, that kind of tells them, hey, the gank is coming, and we want to avoid that. We want to back off. We don't want to take this fight, even though the 2-on-2 looks really good. It's actually going to be a 3-on-2. So you need to communicate that better.
Is he still in there?
Yeah, he's right here.
My German Shepherd is going crazy. Nice. That's what I was looking for. That's perfect. So because you knew his beads were down and you guys had the early pressure, plus you're level 5 and your blink is up, that's perfect aggression. I like the idea of going for the red. The Baka was just there in time. Make sure you communicate that he could go right and gank them again, because you're going to be picking up this farm since you just got a kill and your blink is down. So honestly, coming over here is kind of bad. So you're low mana. You have enough mana right now to use 1 ability. By the time you get there, 2 abilities. You'll be able to 2 and 3, or wall and 2. You won't be able to use much. You're kind of irrelevant coming over to this fight because your on her is really low and Bakasura is on this side of the map. The Bakasura is also level 5. You need to recognize these things. Just because, dog hair in my mouth. Just because you're on this side of the map and you can go there doesn't mean you should. Your team is in the situation and in a kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. The overall situation allows for them to back out and you not to go over there. This is bad and a waste of your time. There's no gain here. If the Bak is any good, he also knows you're on the right side of the map. He sees your duo lane pushing up with low health. That means you are definitely here, and there is 100% going to be a fight. Now, these kids might be bad and allow for this. I'm trying to prep you for people that aren't going to be doing dumb shit. Nope, there's the Baka. He's not a complete idiot. You forced this as a jungler. You caused these deaths. You did this. Maybe the heal saves you, unless the Baka... There you go. Yeah. You did that to yourself. I literally have not watched this video ahead of time. I know nothing about this fucking video, and I just called out exactly what should happen, and it's what happened. You forced a gank for no reason. You were not in a position to say, yeah, I can come over here, let's kill him. You could use 2 abilities. That's not good enough, especially when your team doesn't have an advantage. Plus, you knew Baka on that side of the map. Baka did exactly what he should have done. He fucked you guys up. So that was a mistake. We're going to go ahead and jump ahead a little bit here. Since you're dead, we're really just coaching you, even though we're trying to help your team. Your team should also be able to recognize that. You did call that the Bakasura. What the fuck? That was weird. You did call it Bakasura was at red, so they did know he was on that side of the map. So they could also be like, hey, wasn't Baka here? Probably don't fight this.
No eyes on.
So there's the first big mistake of the game so far, in my opinion. Your duo lane getting first blooded isn't the end of the world, but putting them even farther behind now really opens up for a potential snowball out of that lane. Especially with an Athena and the global ult. It's going to make the game a lot harder for you. You put a Baka ahead. You have an Athena who's, like I said, global ulting and technically ahead. It could end up really going fast with a Baka Athena ult combos coming out on everybody. Especially you, since you have no mobility at all. Can't speak. Can't talk.
No, fun Baka.
So I like the wards. I like the wards early. I don't like the placement. So you place 2 wards that essentially cover the exact same thing. Your mid laner should know if anyone ever crosses this way, because the mid laner will see them path into the jungle here. And if they don't cross over this ward, that means they're going left. So this ward is solid. Even a ward down here, solid. This ward is unnecessary because of this ward. This ward here needs to be placed on this side. I like warding this area for the low rotations and the Baka rotations. But this ward would be fine. It's pretty common. You know that. But 2 on the same map, side of the map without your team dropping a ward anywhere, I don't like it. Okay, so we're going to jump back. You're pathing into the mid here. Your Raijin. You and your Raijin aren't communicating. Your Raijin's going down the lane, not really checking anything out. Your mids are up. You should be saying, hey, let's go for right mids. Hey, let's look for Opwash. The Raijin should be communicating. Opwash went towards right mids. You should be saying, let's kill him. Really, communication needs to be up there, because if the Raijin's playing up here, you could probably kill this Opwash, especially with the positioning. Nice wall. You could easily have killed him right away and then turned on the Baka that's coming in, but the Baka is going to have pretty much an even time. Plus, you're probably going to get super poked out, and your Raijin wasted his dash. Hopefully, you can somehow pull this fight out, but realistically, it's not in your favor. Yeah, the Baka has superior positioning because of timing. And I think you need to recognize that because your Raijin ran the other direction, it really is time for you to back the fuck out. You're just overcommitting, or you're overcommitting. Like, overall, you're overcommitting. But it's either just a generic, you overcommitted, thought you could do more than you could, or your timing and positioning is just not on, and it becomes an overcommitment. The aggressiveness is there, but it needs to be together. You need to communicate it, and you need to be grouped up.
That's fine. It sucks that
You're only down 1,200. Problem is, you're down 1,200 to a Bakasura.
It's not like something
Getting ahead as Bakasura is awesome. Feels really good.
Can we go on Hachi? Is he still there?
No, he's on purple.
All right, you got a lot of farm up right now, and you're looking at fighting, which I don't agree with. Especially when you're passing by farm and it's, hey, could we gank this? Not let's kill, let's kill, let's kill, let's kill, let's kill. Not we're fighting, let's do this. Not they're overcommitting. It's like you're trying to force something, and that needs to be stopped. Just because stuff went wrong 5 seconds ago doesn't mean you need to force something. It actually usually means the opposite. Usually means you need to take a step back. You need to relax. You need to get your farm and let the other team position where you know you can kill them. Your solo laner just got a fucking solo kill into Baron. That is awesome and probably shouldn't be happening, especially with an Athena on the map. You're also really delaying these speed buff drops, which not only as a jungler is it triggering me, it bugs the fuck out of me, because that's that's farming time. You are faster, so inherently you gain time on your farm. You get ahead, you farm faster if you're moving faster. You already one-shot everything with your 2.
You have ult up, right?
Get your speed drop.
He has no beats. I'm gonna catch him. Oh, no, Baka's here.
I like this communication a lot. I really like it a lot. You probably should have full committed there, to be honest. You have an advantage while you probably would die there. If the Baka's on you, you're going to ult. First of all, you're going to wall in the Opwash, stun him, full stun, into a 2, into an ult. He will die. The Baka, if he's on you, will also take a shit ton of damage from you and the Raijin. The Raijin can clean up, get a double kill there. Sacrifice yourself, get your Raijin a huge lead, plus you get a kill.
Baka jumped, right?
You can actually Hachi if he comes in.
Punch is still in mid.
It's about time for you to be warding too. Both of your wards fell off the map. Your last back, if you could, I wasn't really looking at gold. You need to
Split oracles.
grab a ward and not drop it. You can stagger your wards. They don't have to be dropped at the exact same time. You just want to have them ready to go for when you do need vision. Your team essentially has 0 vision right now. Not your fault,
We could do left.
because you did ward it. I don't think Raijin has warded yet, but your Raijin needs to grab a fucking ward, and your ass should have had wards to replace 1 or 2 of your other wards.
You don't have to use abilities.
That's knockout ult.
The vision is just horrible right now. You need deep, aggressive vision, because the deep aggressive vision allows you to decide whether you're going to play aggressive or passive, defensive or offensive. Whereas these wards they have right now are just like, oh shit wards. Like, oh, Bak is here. Let's try to fucking run. It's a little too late a lot of the time. Your speed's up in 10 seconds. Grab this wave, run up there and fucking clear it. You're getting proxied right now. You're not getting XP. That was bad. Why? You're mid for no reason. I hope you get this kill here. Probably will, just because he had no beads. But realistically, you missed a full wave to trade out 1 kill. If your Raijin's actually going to make something of it, awesome. But I don't think that's enough for you right now. You're also doing the same thing where that speed is up. I did like the kill. I mean, I like that you guys are thinking ahead. You're planning out the kill. You did invade the blue. So you gained something out of it. I'm happy. You gained something out of it. That's huge. I like that. Potentially your mid could get ahead. Honestly, he probably wasn't going to, just from the way he's playing. But you managed to go over and get your solo farther ahead, which hopefully he'll turn into rotations and winning the game for you, realistically. That was nice. The looking for objectives after ganks is the key. So if you ever go for a gank, like you plan that out, right? Like he planned that all out. He was like, I'm gonna play back. I'm gonna let the Opwash walk in, think he's safe, and then I'm gonna blink on his ass. He did it. Awesome, got the kill. That's great. But while you're planning that out, you need to be thinking, what am I gonna do after this to make this valuable? Just getting a kill is not valuable. It's cool, it's awesome, but if it's a planned out kill and you're doing it for a reason, that reason needs to be a fucking objective. The objective right there was their back camps and their blue buff. That is an objective. That is a big deal. I don't know if you just didn't see the Bacchus era. That was a little late on the reaction.
Bacchus coming mid. Watch out. Back out. No, don't fight it.
That's fine, dude. Wall him in. Wall him in right with it. Nice. You should have played the whole wall, but nice. Oh, oof. You got him. Nice job. Good kill. He walked back into the 2, which is kind of awkward.
Yo, can we come to this?
That was really good.
I'm walking to you, Andy. I'm walking to you.
You're doing really good going to your team. Perfect. That's something that people fuck up. They freak out and they run away. They don't run to their team. They don't run to safety. They just run. They're like, maybe I'll run forever and live. Like, okay, 1 out of 10 times it works. Running straight to your team is either going to get your team kills or keep you alive. One or the other. Honestly, so far, other than that one fight, nothing horrible has happened. Play has been overall solid, especially for a Ymir jungle game. I can fucking dig it, dude. I can dig it. You're honestly farming good, keeping your team up. I think your mid should probably be ahead of Wapash because of the. Actually, we can't even say that. The Baka hasn't been really taking any mid wave.
I got blink. Oh, go on that Athena.
Nice. I don't think you. Ooh, you're dead. Okay, so we're gonna jump back.
Oh, go on that Athena.
Hold on. All right. So you're pathing into mid. You know Athena's pathing into mid. You have Artio there. Awesome. Fantastic. So right around here, you're saying we can fight mid. I have blink up, right? Remember, you're at 1,000 health out of 1,800 health. Upwash does fuck, especially since you're full damage. Even the Athena would do 200, 300 damage to your ass, right?
Yeah, we can kill.
All right, so Athena dashes. At that point, the Athena is so far on your side of the map, literally 3-4 steps away for you to hit abilities on, and you have an Artio already on her. Her dash is down. The only thing she could potentially do is ult out. Realistically, you'll kill her before she ults out because it's so early in the game. You blinking right here, a 3 fucking foot blink, had no value, especially since she was taunting. Your Artio is going to be able to follow up. You have an insane amount of lockdown, and that Athena has no way to get out of your lockdown. Plus, you guys being grouped up is going to allow for the AoE damage, which comes in right now. Boom. She wasn't even going for you. She was going for the Artio combo. Got fucked. In my personal opinion, what I would have done if I were you, and because you knew this ahead of time, this wasn't like a last second reaction. You obviously last second decided you were going to kill the Athena over the op wash. You still could have blinked on the op wash to burn beads, then turned around and killed the Athena with your RDO's lockdown, because your RDO has the root, has the stun, has the cripple for the next dash if it ever comes up. Plus, because the op wash's combo would be down, the Raijin could dash on top of her to lock her down a little bit more. Plus the ultimate from the Raijin to lock her down even more. You have a lot of CC in your comp. Realistically, best option would have probably been to just walk in. You never would have eaten that combo. Second best option would have been blinking and CCing the op wash and turning on the Athena. Sadly, you went for option 3, which was to blink 3 feet onto the Athena and fucking kill yourself.
How did you just get destroyed?
He's a Ymir who was at 55% HP and ate a full Apwash
I
combo.
think I walked into his wave there. I don't even think he was going on me.
Oh, you blinked on him. He wasn't going on you. He was going on RDO.
I heard him jump.
Now you walk in knowing you have the time. You don't die there. Plus, you could see abilities. You knew Apwash hadn't used any abilities. So going right into the middle of that combo was already risky. Looks like your mid lane died even more. Your Raijin died to Baka. Baka didn't even have to do anything other than clean up. Those are the worst situations you could be in. And you didn't skip ahead. Hopefully your honor picks up the kill on Baka, but it doesn't look like it. He's a little fast.
Damn it, he took my speed. And they did gold.
Yep, that's bad. Gold Fury. So literally a 3v2 that was a full 3v2 was lost because you overcommitted onto a Guardian into an AoE god, essentially. You need to recognize what you're playing against, how their combos are going to work, and as an assassin or a jungler, anyone who's squishy and you're this ganker, you're this rotating ganker, you need to remember you want to go in after abilities are down unless you know you can lock them down and kill them. You're not going to lock down an Athena and kill them before taking damage because the Athena isn't the one doing damage to you. This is great combo. This Baron is not aware whatsoever, and he's obviously not warding. Noticing this about 4 or 5 minutes ago would have been awesome for you because you guys would already have the tower and your Wukong could be invading. Something to think about. Test those ganks early and see what kind of vision, see what type of player they are, see how passive or aggressive they are. Knowing that in an entire game will go a long way. A very long way.
No eyes on mid. Oh, you just came into lane.
Just kidding. He's scared to fight.
Athena here, Athena here.
My German Shepherd just knocked over my lightning. Scared the shit out of him. Alright.
Athena's charging dash.
The blue just dropped, so Buck is coming.
I really do like that you guys aren't becoming super passive.
That's his kid.
Just because the fight goes bad, you don't freak completely the fuck out. This Baka is able to counter gank those so much. Yeah. You guys are screwed. The Baka being able to come into fights late is really bad for you guys.
It's Baka and.
Like I said, you guys looking for stuff is awesome, but it can't be forced. You shouldn't be up on a tower line when you're down 1,000 gold when there's no objective up. Like, you're gonna go for Portal Demon if you get a kill, but the chance of you getting a kill versus getting super poked out is so much higher. Plus, you're crazy squishy. So your whole goal in this game was just like I said before, like the Baka's doing, engage after the fact. Make sure abilities are down when you engage. That Baka engaged when you had your abilities up, but no one else did. And he's CC immune during the beginning of his ult. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Can you get out of there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, I
Why
gotta
we
grab
made
board.
it back like.
Yeah, no biggie. They might be coming.
Why does this VOD keep freezing? It's really weird. Twitch is being dumb.
I have a lead on Hachi now.
So we broke it down pretty much everything. I'm interested in how the late game goes. Honestly, their late game bodies your late game. They have double poke out of the Baron and the op wash. They have frontline out of the Athena, which is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Their dive is decent because of the Baka, and they have the Hachi to do dive, like do a dive comp or do just a traditional playing back and killing people. It's like killing the frontline.
Athena's in right.
However, your team has the Raijin, which will be solid late game. You have the more frontline. You have 3 frontline gods. So if I'm you guys, I'm staying as grouped as fucking possible. I'm not allowing taunts to go off. I'm blowing up the Athena whenever she's out of position. And really try not to get split up to allow Baka to do whatever he wants. You have a decent amount of AoE, a decent amount of control out of almost every god. Slow out of the Raijin, you're one out of the on her, you're locked down out of the RDO. You have a lot. You have a lot. Nice. Good rotation. They overcommitted. Baka isn't able to do anything yet. If I'm you here, I'm walling and ulting. Walling and ulting.
He Aegis?
Should be fine though.
Athena's coming over.
If I'm you, I would have blinked there and I would have
We're
ulted.
going too far for this. We're going too far for this.
All right.
Rotate on us.
So you're not going too far for that. Just because Baka already ulted, he already Aegis, the Athena's in the mid lane, Baka's leap is down. No reason for you not to blink, ult to slow him, allow your team to catch up and kill him. In the worst case scenario, he beads and does get out, but that's both actives, which is way more important for you at this point than your actives. His being down over yours, you win that. His are down, that's awesome. On top of, if you do kill him, the only person rotating is Athena, and you don't have a lot to worry about. Athena's not going to kill you guys. I would have full committed. That whole situation where they were way on your side of the map, way over committed. That was your chance to get some pressure back. Aside from one kill, you could have got 2 kills in a tower. You guys aren't taking a tower. You're defending Portal Demon or just going for the outwash. I'm not really sure which. I do not like the fact that you didn't get any objectives off of this pick
Okay, I'm out.
at all.
Turn around.
The blink is over commitment.
Turning back in.
You should die here. 100% should die here.
Let's go.
Never mind. You apparently are not important. They ignored you. That was extreme overcommit on your part. I don't know why they didn't do anything to you. That's crazy that you guys are winning this fight. Awesome. The fact that they ignored your ass makes no sense to me.
That's
You have no defense. You have a little, or sorry, not no defense. You have no physical defense. A teeny bit of magical defense. Baki didn't have his ult, and I think that's why he's freaking out. He doesn't know what to do when he doesn't have his ult up. If that's how he plays, awesome. You're good to go. But realistically, you should have died there.
My bad,
That was
a shitty wall. I thought we were just staying disengaged.
overcommitment. The wall was awkward. You obviously freaked out because you realized you overcommitted. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. But don't do that again. Don't do that. Make sure you communicate to your team. You saw your team backing out and you were running in. That usually is a recipe for disaster, honestly. It's usually pretty
I
bad.
one-shotted. I'm good.
I don't think he has the balls.
He already took it once. I took his.
You
once.
are down 900 gold, essentially no real lead. XP is pretty close. Your honor's way ahead of the Hachi.
Did we
Your
get
sports are
anything
the same
to
level,
do?
mids are the same level. Your solo's 3. All right, that's a
We got
lie.
Baron
Your solo is 3 levels ahead, and your ADC is 2 levels ahead. Play around them.
Couldn't keep up.
Play around them. Mainly around your honor. Your Wukong at this point can do whatever the fuck he wants without dying. He's so big, he will be able to run at them and do whatever he wants. Make sure you're communicating that you want to fight. Let your Wukong enter the fight. Get some abilities used. Then you're looking to engage. Stick with your honor to basically make sure he stays alive and does what he wants. That was a nice wall.
Fight this, fight this, fight this.
Standard, but nice wall to keep yourself alive.
Nah, don't fight it. Don't fight it. Oh, fuck.
Fight over an objective. That is a really good wall again. Saved yourself again, even though you're a little out of position and overcommitting. For no reason, for no objective. Back. Get the fuck back. That's 5 seconds. How many? Hold on, was that 5 seconds? In my head, that was 5 seconds. Let's jump back here. Alright. Trying to jump back to your wall. Alright, here's where you almost die. No reason for you to be here. You're fucking 4-way splitting a wave. Pointless of you being there in the first place.
Oh, fuck.
Now, you're lucky you don't die, you throw up a wall. At this point, they turn around, you get to the back of this tower right here, backing. Backing. 1919 in-game time. You should have been backing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 seconds you just lost doing nothing. 6 seconds in a fucking 25-minute game is a lot of time. That is a lot of fucking time. I don't care. Oh, it's only 6 seconds. In a real game where you're really trying and winning is important, every second like that adds up super quickly. And that is bad. I'm going to harp on it because it's bad. You're running around for no reason, just watching, like maybe thinking about re-engaging. There's no way you're re-engaging there. Back right away. Go to a fucking objective. You know Baka's dead? Great. Your team is still fighting instead of playing for an objective. Your Raijin's going to have to back now. You're extremely lucky he lived.
I got blink up.
I'm glad your team is fucking kids up. Also, I know Andy Jax.
That's a lot of my haze.
Good dude.
Yo, I'm looking for Plosh. Good tower, good tower. Is that a beast?
Your on her is punishing.
This is beast.
Play around the honor at this point. Realize who was putting in the fucking work and play around them. Getting tier 2 tower, fantastic right now. You should be focusing on the tower. Kill it quicker. Get the fuck out of there after the objective and look at Gold Fury. Fire Giant's great. You really want to have vision on fire so they can't go for it. But a Gold Fury call right now is the play because Wukong is low. You have no ultimates and only you really are sitting on your actives, I'm assuming. If I'm you right here, instead of running over and helping with this Gold Fury, look at who has wards. Tab, look who has wards. If you're the only one with wards, go to fire and ward fire. Make sure fire is controlled. Drop a high ward so you can see if they're rotating to it. And then drop a ward on fire for if they go for it. You need to have that vision because a good team, when they spawn, if they recognize, hey, someone's dead, hey, someone's low, hey, they don't have actives, they don't have ults, they're going to go try to pull it. And it's just easier that way. I am glad you're on this side of the map. Great. But really warding it early is smarter and safer.
They're here. Okay.
Notice they instantly went towards the portal dude.
Next to it.
Oh, we're next to it? Can you get?
Not there.
Alright. I'll drop sentry.
Your team fight is superior to theirs right now. And I think it's the fact that they don't have frontline, that they're struggling and don't know how to fight it. So as long as your team just keeps exploiting that and remembering that you have a Wukong who can run in their face and be extra annoying, you'll be good.
I gotta hit 20 before on her.
Also,
I'm a leech.
I haven't really been commentating on the build too much. A build like this is super fun, but ridiculously risky, greedy, and nowhere near your optimal, like, I want to win build.
Yeah, we don't need the ADC. Well, we can burn it. Me, you, and Raijin.
Having a deeper front line goes a lot farther than you hitting really hard for your one combo before you die. Because realistically, with this build, you should die the second you go in every time. Between Baka and Opwash AoE, you should die every single time. Portal Demon Call was good. Your team being in the dual lane's kind of risky, and I don't like it. He died for it. At 22 minutes, there should be no individual fights, no real 1v1s unless you have crazy vision on everybody. There shouldn't be 2v2s. It should be team fights at this point. At this point in the game, it should all be team fights. If it's not a team fight, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Baka blink.
Like, who cares about your tier 1 tower? If they're in right lane, you're doing Fire Giant. You're giving up a tier 1 or a tier 2 or both to get Fire Giant and end the game that much faster. Potential for a sick wall. Dope. And he should die. Nice job. Perfect. You played that perfectly. He's also out of position. But see these small skirmishes like this? This doesn't happen in high level play. Not saying you're shit, obviously. I'm just saying like a really high level play. These things will cease to exist. It will not be happening. Okay, you fucked this up. Athena's coming in hot. You know Athena's coming in hot. The Athena's going to drop because of how long that all has been channeled. Hold your stun for when the Athena does drop so you get a double stun and you're able to kill the Outwash before getting CC to death.
Don't heal, don't heal, don't heal.
I don't like if you wait 5 seconds there, you could blink an ultimate and guarantee land it. Not even, what is it, 4 seconds? Wait for those 4 seconds next time. Instead, you're dead. Hopefully you pick up the counter kill, yeah. You get the counter kill, but you're rushing shit. Your abilities are down. Just relax. Plus, you could have waited for Wukong to rotate and just dove the tower.
Shell really late.
Skip ahead a little bit. Where you spawn. You guys absolutely should only be playing for Fire Giant and tier 2 towers right now.
13.
I have a sentry for fire.
You have a big goal lead too, so you need to be warding up that Fire Giant and just baiting and fighting.
Well, if you're there,
Your corner play is insanely good because of you and Ardio. On top of having the Raijin who can do damage over the wall very easily. And the Honor who can CC and control from range and also throw out range damage. Plus the ultimate through walls as well to finish off kills.
Towards that red. Can we kill the Athena at the red?
Right, we're gonna jump back again.
Damage.
So it looks like Honor gets a pick here again. There should be no one-on-ones. Laning phase is 15 minutes over, not 10 minutes over. We'll be generous. 10 minutes ago, the laning phase ended. This whole fighting and being alone over there is not a fucking thing, and it should. I hope all of you realize that. This is not the way the game is played. That will never happen at high levels. Never. Everyone will be grouped up. It'll be all fucking team fights because that shit should not be possible. It's dumb. You're also fighting on this side of the map where Fire Giant is not at and the game is 25 minutes in. Your objective play should be like 6 to fucking 15 minutes or 6 to 20 minutes, Gold Fury, Gold Fury, Gold Fury, Portal Demon, Gold Fury, Gold Fury,
That's our
Portal
ult.
Demon.
Disengage,
And then
disengage,
after
disengage,
20
disengage,
minutes,
disengage,
Fire Giant, Fire Giant, Fire Giant, Fire Giant, Gold Fury, Fire Giant, Fire Giant, Fire Giant, Gold Fury. Tier 2, Tier 2, Tier 2. You guys are getting a Tier 1 tower after getting a pick, 2 picks. Fire Giant. Your team fight is obviously better. Fire Giant. Please, Fire Giant. It's hurting my soul. You're going to win this game because of the way it's playing out. You don't need the gold lead right now. You're already fucking winning the team fights with your 5k gold lead. Like, you're dumpstering the team fights. Just get Fire Giant. You have to recognize these things and stop playing slow and speed it up a little bit. Force them to come out of position. And stop going for these 1v1 laning phases. In a real game, if it looks like a 1v1, it's actually a 5v1. I promise you. Actually a 5v1.
Don't drop too much on it.
You guys are also really low right now going for a Gold Fury. You need to go and get that fucking Fire Giant. Is this guy not a beads? That was a really good knockup. That's a bad wall because you knew his leap was up. You're freaking out. Your team is... That wall really fucked you guys and probably shouldn't have been up there, honestly. Get a sub. Fred the Great. Whenever you watch this video, thanks for the sub, brother. I'm not even streaming.
Nice.
I'm zoning in this area.
Super troll. I'm literally not streaming. That kind of scared me. I was like, am I streaming? All right, you guys are somehow winning this fight. You shouldn't be. That team is just out of position 24/7. Your team is doing really bad things, but not as bad as what they're doing.
I don't have ult.
You're going for Gold Fury again. It's a 27-minute 4-man Gold Fury. The second this drops, you should be backing and going to fire. You have 25 seconds to control fire and start fire. Back. Everyone's backing. Your mid's getting red buff. Everyone else is backing. You specifically as a jungler should have already backed. You're running around getting this fucking farm you don't need. Back. Plus you're 8-way splitting it. Back. You all are low. What are you doing? What is this? What the fuck is this? You had 2 people dead, 3 people dead for 25 seconds. No. If I'm coaching an SPL game and your ass didn't back the second that Gold Fury dropped, I would be fucking raging. You just committed a mural into the fucking Portal Demon instead of backing and committing into fire. Why? Recognize Fire Giants.
I got sentry on it.
You're overcommitting and doing weird things right now. This should not be happening.
Oh, you gotta get out, PJ. Are you out?
I'm gonna skip a little bit because nothing should happen here. Okay, they're getting fire control now. So you lost the counter ward that you dropped on fire. You have no ward control on fire. If you had gone after that speed backed and all ran to Fire Giant, you would have had full map control. You would have lit up this whole map. 1 ward here, 1 ward here, 1 ward here, 1 ward here, 1 ward here. Everyone would have seen everything on that side of the map. It would have been free Fire Giant. Now your whole situation is fucking janky. You can get killed playing around a corner when you run into check Fire Giant or to ward it. Bad situation you put yourselves in for no reason. Also, this late ass breastplate that you picked up disgusts me. You've already committed to a full damage build. So the only defensive items you should be getting are Magi's Blessing or Mantle. Magi's to keep you from getting CC'd. The Taunt, which is pretty much their only fucking heavy CC right now. Please, for the love of God, you should have had a Magi's instead of that. Or 2, the Mantle, for when you get low, you stun everybody and you can run away. Plus, you get CDR and double defenses. The breastplate, bad. I'm guessing you got it for CDR. Bad. You have 1 defensive item. Bad.
Alright, I just got Ob Shard and a power pod. I'm a huge power spike. We want to fight. I want to fight. I don't know. Is everybody else comfortable fighting right now?
Can we burn this?
That breastplate, bro.
Yeah. Hot choosing, right? Let's do it.
You guys got to recognize there's,
Come on, Olay.
especially like a breastplate this late is pretty irrelevant. That CDR comes into play when you're spamming abilities. In these team fights, you're like using one ability then running away, and you have all the time in the world to decide what you're doing after that. Wasting your stun there is bad. Your stun should be saved in case somebody comes in to try to steal it. You guys have a nice secure. Great. You got it. That should have happened 10 minutes ago.
Just jump.
Go on, Baka.
Baka just wasted his blink. So you guys are all good to push down some waves. Get some... Realistically, you're getting the tier 2s, buying, and then going for Phoenixes. I'm going to skip a little bit ahead here because this should all just be standard tower pushing. That's what it is. Skipping farther.
I have one
Nobody's
sentry.
died. Everyone back. Standard. Be pushing.
I grab a
What I would do here,
There's nothing there when I sentry it. I'm just gonna
I would have
go
Wukong
forward
push out middle
between the
and
Phoenix.
get it going into the Phoenix, and I would go right with your team, push the tier 2 down. After the tier 2, I'd flip flop. I'd go middle as Ymir, and I would have Wukong go to the team fight, push the Phoenix on right while you push the mid Phoenix, because I believe you will beat that Baka in a 1v1 because he's bad.
Alright, I'm blinking it now. Alright, 3, 2, 1.
His team's defending the tier 2, which is bad. That was a terrible. All right. Not the rage here. The whole game I've been saying blink and use your fucking ultimate when their shit's down. And then the one time all their shit's up and your blink stun would have been optimal to burn some beads before pushing the Phoenix, you try to ultimate.
Long ability.
We'll go with wrong ability. I think you meant to do that.
It's alright. I still control space with it. Oh, I'm super low.
I think you thought you were going to get CC'd. So you ulted to be like, oh, wreck the Athena. But instead it all just wrecked your fucking ass.
Just push up every wave.
You ate a lot of poke too, so you're going to need to just straight up heal
I'm gonna go push up.
right now.
Alright.
Pushing right lane is ideal too. I don't know where the fuck you guys are going. You don't need your whole team mid to push it up because now the right lane's getting pushed up. This is super awkward to watch and be a part of.
I think it's Baka.
Yeah, PJ, you gotta back up. You can't be up there alone. You're not high enough level yet. Or you're not taking enough. How far you need to build?
Super fucking awkward right now.
Actually.
Look at your right wave. You're trying to have all the waves pushed in.
I don't know if
Not
it's
necessary.
It's helping me a lot.
One person pushing mid, the rest of the team pushing the far side fucking lane at the same exact time.
Mantle though.
Going for right Phoenix here is not optimal. It's not the end of the world, but it's not optimal.
Every lane. We don't have waves pushing in yet.
You're never gonna have every wave pushing in. It's not. There's no point. You're just wasting time. You have a minute left on your fire giant. Have 2 waves going in.
Watch out for the top gank. I'll stand right.
Ooh, hello.
Now there's a team fight going on because you split off to go push in the other wave, and your team played up, and that all of that just happened. All of that happened because you didn't push in the mid while pushing in the tier 2 or before the tier 2, and then you all ran to the middle and the left lane like fucking morons.
Oh, we got killed.
I'm glad you picked up a kill. I'm glad you don't lose the game off of this.
Yeah, baby.
Sick wall here. If you hold your wall there, it's a free kill on the squishy. Instead, you should kill this guy. Nice.
Go ahead.
That should have been a free kill on the op watch though, just so you know.
Man.
Ult. Should have been ultimate.
It's gonna look to get in.
Hopefully you kill him. Nope. Definitely should have been an ultimate. An insta pop on your ulti would have killed him. Nice wall to keep yourself alive. And
I
you're
would've
good.
died if I didn't wall. I had to
You ended
wall.
up getting a Phoenix off of it. You ended up getting kills off of it. I'm down, but you could have won the game off of it. That should be the game right there.
We can
Skipping ahead because honestly, you should just back out of this. Fire's coming up soon. There you go. You guys are getting gold. You have a huge lead. We'll skip ahead to see if the fire giant's free because it should be. Your vision is good, but not deep enough. Someone else needs to be warding even deeper at those back camps.
The orb.
Free fire. All right, we'll skip back a little bit here. All right.
I was saving the archer. Yo,
I don't know why this is like kind of laggy. It's kind of weird. I think your stream was having some issues right now. Perfect. You knew his beads was down. That was perfect. It was beautiful. Ult. Oh, you don't have ult. Nice beads.
I'm soloing. I'll hatch him.
You're over freaking out right now. You're low, so you're freaking out, but you could have stayed with your team there.
Baron heal down. We can
Your wall can block out almost all the damage. Baka's not going to be on you. You would have been fine to just do the Phoenix with your team and stay there to support. Show some presence. Now you're being aggressive, which is great. But if you were doing that before with your team there, you would have been good.
Regroup.
Skip ahead a little bit. Just regen. All you're doing right now is regenning. You want to push the right Phoenix in the game.
Died.
Oh shit.
I like it. You guys are playing it slow. Mid Phoenix is up. Pushing in that mid Phoenix wave one time would be smart because the fire wave would take the Phoenix for you.
Oh, I'm target.
Yep. You overcommitted. All right, so let's back up. Back up. Back up. All right. So, like I said, right now, you should be the one pushing in the one mid wave. 100% to get your fire wave going in, just because that pressure is insane. All right, for 2, you wall up for no reason to like block the taunt maybe. Let the motherfucker taunt your squishies. Stop blocking taunts on people that doesn't matter. Stop trying to make plays when it doesn't matter. So instead of having your wall up and being safer, you are now super out of position and you're the one who's about to get taunted or CC'd. Baron decides to ult you and you're CC'd. You're taunted on top of that. Shouldn't have been. That taunt should have been down. You would have been able to ult the Baron ult and you'd have been chilling. Now instead you're fucking insta-dead and rip you.
Shouldn't have gone in yet.
100%. Like you said, you should not have gone in yet.
We killed Baka. That's good.
That's not good. Trading you for a Baka right now
Yeah,
makes
you
no
know,
sense because you guys have such a lead. There shouldn't be no trades.
All you gotta do is stall. Minions will take mid Phoenix.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and skip.
No.
Skippity skip. Your Phoenix got the Phoenix, like you said, you lucky
We have
bastard.
3K.
Skipping farther. There's nothing to teach you right now, honestly. Your Phoenix pushes, I've explained everything you should be doing and what you're doing wrong because you're not doing what I believe you should be doing.
I'm gonna shove up left lane. I'm gonna shove up minions and left.
Realistically, your best play on a Phoenix push with your comp is have your Wukong go in, start tanking the tower for a second, commit really deep, and then have you blink on the next closest person that your team can get on,
Can we get
force
left
beads,
here
or get the
before
insta
you
kill
fight?
because you blink, stun, they beads, you ultimate, they should die.
Well, it's spawning right.
Especially with polys in between there. All right, you are really far up right here
Single wave pushed up.
with them all alive.
Fire spawning 5.
Terrible fucking
Reload
positioning.
left.
You're just asking to die if the other team wasn't scared. If the other team just happens to be aggressive and smart, you die there and you're fucked. You fuck your whole team on the next like 3 minutes.
Beads. No.
You're getting poked for no reason. I don't know, I jumped
That's
too
it.
far ahead, didn't mean to.
Alright, I'm diving.
So you regen after the poke, which is dope. I like the idea. You're just not blinking far enough. It's still fine. Shit happens.
Top watch all.
They're committing onto your ass a lot because they know they can. All right, right there.
Edges.
Right there. Ultimate. Ultimate. Use your ultimate. Not only is he going to slow the Baka, he's going to have to decide whether do damage with his ultimate or leap the fuck out. Stop throwing your twos randomly at people when your ult is there to fuck people up. Plus, you died anyway. You could have helped your team so much more there by using your ultimate. You're not using your ultimate optimally. You're trying to land these free twos and they're never landing. And
Still gonna lose.
it's not what you want to be doing.
I'm super dead.
No, let's just yeah.
Hello?
This is another non-siege. I'm skipping because you're not really playing. I'm not coaching your team.
Oh, no, he's going.
Yo, you can turn on. You can turn on the Baka.
Stun.
Kill him.
Your team is so split
That's
up.
game, boys.
2 for 1. That's dope. I don't know that that's a game though because you
Got
have
me.
3 people defending. They should be able to defend the right Phoenix unless they get picked.
Get mid Phoenix. Get mid Phoenix before you go on.
Looks
top
like there's a
of it.
chance they get
Get
picked
those
though because
minions.
there's a fight going on.
Yeah.
Nope.
You can't dash in like that, Marbo.
Yeah, my bad.
Good audio.
The game stalled and delayed even longer.
Oh, I should still push.
Doesn't look like you guys are gonna get Phoenixes because your Raijin's dead. Your Raijin's absolutely core to your team fight right now.
I'm staying on Phoenix.
Holy shit.
Alright, looking our active.
It looks like all right.
Alright,
Hold
I'm
on.
trying to get out.
Where the fuck is my mouse?
Staying on.
Why is my mouse not showing up? All right. Why the fuck are you committing into these team fights and starting the team fights when you're full damage mirror?
Bring on me.
You have an Artio who's full defense. You have a Wukong who's
Looking
full
for active,
defense.
looking for active.
Look at their positioning versus yours. Not only were you at the fucking tower line, you blinked in even farther while your team was backing off. Look at where your Raijin is. Look at you. Your Wukong is for some reason split pushing. Your fucking Raijin is like 8 miles behind your ass. There's no follow-up you're going to have from that Raijin.
Staying
Ever.
on Phoenix.
I hope you live, but you're going to have to sit there and back again.
Everybody's ult. That's their defense. Disengage if you can.
You've done the same thing like 5 times in a row.
I'm trying to chase, but I can't keep up.
Disengage if you can.
I'm just gonna go.
You should lose off of this.
Come
I'm here.
well.
You should actually lose off of this.
Ow.
Wow.
Does this guy never have beads? Does he not? Did he not go beads? This Baka didn't go beads, and you guys.
Do I let this die?
Ooh,
'Cause I
it
can-
hurts my soul.
Oh, there's still
I think you believe you're tanky, and you're not.
They sprinted as well.
Fuck.
You're defending a tier 2 for no reason. Who the fuck cares if they get the gold?
Fuck. He's 2 HP.
I believe you actually
This is Aegis
think
down.
you're tanky. I know you swapped over to a fucking mantle,
Sugar speed.
but you're not tanky.
We got
You have 2
minions
defensive
coming in
items.
last, we got minions
You are
on the
not
right,
tanky.
Phoenix.
I promise
Can we
you.
run to right, Phoenix?
That doesn't make you tanky. You gotta realize they're sitting on full fucking pen at this point.
Left side. Baka
The only people that are tanky are the people sitting on 260 defenses, 270 defenses. Your ass is probably sitting on like 100. That's 100 physical
He's
and
trying to
like
set up for fight.
80
We're gonna
magical.
have to fight him here.
Careful, Bug is coming in.
Fuck. He doesn't hurt me. Don't worry. That's Baka ult down, so that's really good for us.
We're gonna have to play this next fire more safe because they're gonna fight us at it.
So that's Baron beads and ult and Baka ult.
I actually would like to see what your defensive are in the fight.
We got minions.
Where the fuck was it where you died?
Bro, they have nothing up. So
Ah,
Stay with you.
I want to see your defenses in the fight.
There's still a remedy though.
Yeah, bro. You're literally just shredded. You're sitting on like no defense. You went from 214 down to 130 off of just the 2 autos from the Hachi.
Ah, he's 2 HP.
it's his Aegis down
Oh, that's Baron ult.
and Baron ult.
Oh, and
Alright, we're
Are
gonna
you doing
skip.
that or not, Andy? Okay.
You guys got fire.
Just showing face
You're
and
pushing
doing it.
another Phoenix. You're finally split pushing. Hopefully you stick with this. I'm fairly certain you kill this Bakasura.
We want to be poking them through the walls.
They just
I
went
like the ward so you can see the rotations. You guys need to be splitting up on these pushes. It's so awkward. Your Wukong, who is your full front line dive, is the one who's trying to split push. Who decided this? That is, very rarely is your solo laner the one who's split pushing.
here, he has a thing.
Not only is it dumb, he can't actually take a tower. Your ass probably can't even really take a tower now. You could have before.
Or they're coming over.
When you had Polly, it would have been easy peasy.
Alright, back off, back off, back
I
off.
saw Baka on me.
Alright,
So,
just engage,
as I
engage.
said, you had the one way of playing it with the Wukong diving and you committing on the next closest person. If this Athena's playing that far up, you should just be killing the Athena. Wukong's not in any of these fights.
Target me so fucking hard.
They're not even just targeting you, they're just AoEing because you all are grouped up.
Coming over.
Your all's positioning is really bad.
I didn't dive.
You did though. You were tanking the tower the whole time.
I took one shot.
That's what we
You guys are blaming diving now when diving was the problem before. And this time is your Wukong split pushing.
I should've come over.
Your
what do we
solo
do? How do we
defense,
break the
fucking
base?
Wukong
There's
is
no
trying
way
to
for us
split push
to
into a
break the base.
Bakasura who doesn't give a fuck.
Like,
How-
that's it. That's
How do we
just
pick them
only
without
we
diving?
can.
Just wait, we gotta wait for them to mess
Wait
up.
for them.
Your he'll never kill the Baka either. It's not gonna happen.
Alright.
Whether the Baka has beads or not, he won't kill the Baka. The Baka will just sustain off of creeps and jump away anytime he has to.
Like they're just gonna keep clearing.
Actually,
This is the longest game ever. It's a 50-minute game. I'm gonna skip because I have a feeling you're gonna lose this game just because you guys aren't learning. You guys aren't changing anything on any push. It's like your 8th Phoenix and nothing has changed.
One person left, one person.
Not one push has been different from the last.
keep this pressure, or do we go for fire?
Your Wukong realized he couldn't die. At this point, he could die. 50 minutes in, anybody will blow him up.
They're split. There's no one in left.
You have 1 left, 1 right, 3 mid. This
There's Baron here.
a 1-3-1 push is not gonna be the move. That was a good wall.
Get this.
That's Baka ult. Baka
Perfect
ult is
wall.
Down. Baka ult is down.
Yeah, you're literally kiting him. You played that perfectly.
2 and left, please.
Now is where you're fully aggressing on this asshole and probably killing
Baka
him.
ult is down. He's coming mid. He's
Baron's
coming mid.
Baron's coming mid.
You don't do as much damage. I don't really like your build. You're essentially sitting on no pen, a weird breastplate out of nowhere.
I'm gonna die.
You
I'm
dropped the
gonna die.
poly, which was
Shit,
nice.
No, get out.
So while your build before was full damage and
How'd you
risky,
get
it was still
picked, bro?
1,000 times better than this.
I'll pause.
You sold your
Yeah,
pen for an
Flash has to
E-staff.
walk it.
The 200 health
Cardio needs to get
for the
on it.
pen just isn't doing anything. Your build is really awkward now, whereas before it was greedy. I'd rather have greedy over awkward.
Yep.
You're just being W-kid on.
Can we go on Baka?
I don't think we should be fighting at all. Just run as fast as you
I
can.
think that's game.
Or should I try and
There's
steal?
That's their first fire giant of the game.
I swear I'm
Like,
Your team died there, by the way, because they were too split up. Like, still.
We'll be.
if this game goes long.
The other team has fire. Gold at this point doesn't matter.
actually,
3k
now
pots are the
that
only thing
sold
you
my
have on
damage.
them.
If I had damage there, we killed the Baka.
The fact that they're letting you play up just shows how scared and
Looking for a
defensive they
flash
want to
beat?
play.
Never mind, never mind.
You're all by yourself looking for beads,
Don't
risky.
go in. Don't go in. Don't go in. They're all there.
Really risky. You should have died there. You should have died or wasted beads there. You need a Magi's Blessing for how aggressive you're playing. Your Wukong is in the split
They're
push
backing, they're
mode.
backing, get out,
It's
get
actually
out.
pissing me off watching your Wukong play the game, by the way. I hope he watches this coaching because whatever the fuck he's trying to do is horrible.
Yeah, they're super split up. Pockets are
He's
split
your
up.
front line and
Go
you're
Aposh, go
engaged.
Aposh it right here.
Instead of playing like that, he's playing like he's a
That's his
fucking
beats, his
Loki
beats. Aposh
who
beats.
doesn't kill people.
Let's go, let's go.
Got them walled. Got them walled. Baron's here.
He's in no team fights. He's not doing
Triple
anything.
freeze, triple
You guys
freeze,
are
right in
fighting
front
this.
of you. Oh, that's all their beats. All their beats.
Wall up and leave. Your wall should have gone up instantly, and you guys should have disengaged. I think you're dead. Nope, you live. Ooh, you lucky bastard. You need to reset. You just got like 3 beads. Good heavenly, keeping your ass up.
This bot got ult.
You guys got so much right there.
Nobody.
That's
on their
insanely
team has
good.
beats right now.
Insanely good if you guys had backed out faster. Now it's just risky because someone might get picked.
Baron beads and Aposh beads down.
Also, fighting with the Wukong backing was not ideal to begin with.
Oh, I'm getting
Got really lucky they were crazy groups.
All their shit's down. Oh, you-
Wukong still died in the air. He died to the Opwash
Big
3.
Triple freeze.
Damn.
No, you
That's
gotta
game.
step up there, dude.
That's the game. Your guys' Phoenix push was just bad. Realize when you're pushing a Phoenix, if it goes bad one time, recognize why. If it goes bad a second time the same way, then you need to change up your your pushing strat, which is usually split pushing or just full committing on a frontliner or
Your walls for when he-
baiting
wall is
somebody
literally
over with a
back
split
up
push
on
and then
the
going
front
over and
foot,
fighting
bro.
instantly. You should die here. Even with your wall, you should die here. They didn't. He died. Yeah, that's game.
GG boys.
We don't need to watch anymore. You guys lost because of full late game. You guys played the early game, played the mid game, better. Like you got better and better and better. Then when you got into the Phoenix pushes, you didn't alter anything. You didn't change anything. Fix that. Your team would have played a lot better. Tighten up a lot of your shit. Tighten up your ganks. Tighten up your farm. You'll be good to go. Hopefully this coaching helps you, helps other people. It was interesting having a little bit of communication. I didn't really listen to a lot of it because you weren't talking a lot like it should be. But you were saying some things. You were trying to guide the team a little bit. Just get a little more into it. You'll be good to go. Remember, guys, like, subscribe, comment. Let me fucking know what's going on. Let me know what you guys thought of the coaching. And I'll see y'all in the video later tonight.